Hey guys, this is going to be my pickups video for December and January. I didn't do one in December, I was kind of busy. So I thought I'd kind of combine the January pickups and the December pickups into one holiday pickups video. Got a decent amount of games, not too many retro games this time around. They're pretty hard to find in my area, but quite a few modern games. We'll start with the retro games. All of these I picked up on eBay. I think it was my last pickup video, I got Mega Man 3 for the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, so I thought I'd go ahead and get Mega Man 1, Dr. Wily's Revenge, and Mega Man 2. And these games are really cheap. You can get them on eBay for like $5–10 bucks. So now I just need the fourth one and the fifth one, and I'll have the complete set, but those ones are a bit pricey. Well, the fourth one's not too bad, but Mega Man 5 is really expensive. I don't know when I'm going to be getting that. And to play these Game Boy games, I picked up a Super Game Boy. I've always wanted one of these for quite a long time, and they're actually pretty cheap. I didn't get one boxed or with a manual or anything like that. And it's on the back. It's kind of, the label's kind of ripped, but I don't care about that really. The Super Game Boy, I tested it out. The games run great. At first, I didn't think you could change the controls or anything like that, but there's actually some kind of nifty color options with that thing, and you can switch around the controls, so the games play fine on that, and very, very fun to play those Game Boy games on the Super Nintendo. I picked up a Dreamcast game. I'm trying to get my Dreamcast collection a bit bigger now. And this is a game I played way back in the day when my personal friend, my close friend, had a Dreamcast. He sold it now, but he had this game, D2. This game's pretty nifty. I haven't played it in years, but I'm going to be playing it soon. It's basically it's like an old school survival horror game, so those of you that are dying to play one of those kind of games and haven't played D2, definitely check this game out. You basically play this girl that kind of gets stranded in the Canadian wilderness, and you know, there's all these monsters and stuff. The story is really fucked up. Like, there are some really fucked up monster designs in this game. It's really an odd game. It's very Japanese, but it's kind of a part of some kind of trilogy. I don't know it's kind of an unofficial trilogy with D and a game called Enemy Zero on the Sega Saturn. I need to get those two games. I haven't played those, but I have played this, and this, from what I remember, this was a really cool game. Maybe it hasn't held up that well, I don't know, I'll have to play this soon. Now some PS3 games. Saw this at my local EB Games. Artanelico Quoga, Knell of RCL. I have the second game on the PS2. I haven't really gotten too much into these. I guess it says Gust on the back. I don't think Gust did this one though. I don't know, there's a lot of these kind of RPGs on the PS3 that NIS puts out. What was there, like Trinity Universe, Cross Edge, the Altair, or how do you pronounce that? Atelier games. I haven't played any of those games, and this lone copy has been at my EB Games for a long time, and I couldn't resist picking it up. I had to pick it up. And these RPGs, the PS3 RPGs, I've noticed that they never seem to go down in price. Another PS3 game I picked up is Folklore. I've heard this is a really underrated PS3 game. I've just heard a lot of people say good things about it, and it was like 10 bucks, so I had to pick this up. And of course, this was a new release. I just got this a few days ago. I've been playing it pretty much non-stop. This game's awesome. It's Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Not too much to say about this game, just a fantastic JRPG. If you have any interest in RPGs at all, please go out and get this game. I wanted to get the Wizards Edition, but I don't know, to ship it to Canada is really, was out of my price range, and I really only want the book from that. The book would have been quite handy, but I've heard a lot of people are having problems not getting their shipments, and they're having their orders canceled, and just the whole thing's a mess, so I'm kind of glad I didn't go for that. Because I pre-ordered this at EB Games, GameStop, I got the Steelbook case. This is really cool case. It's just to put the game in, but apparently these are going for a lot on eBay now, which is ridiculous, but very cool little free extra. The last PS3 game is Yakuza Dead Souls. This was really cheap. I still need to get Yakuza 4, the last Yakuza game I played. I've played the first 3. I really enjoy them, especially the third one. I heard the fourth one's probably the best. I haven't heard this game's too great. It kind of mixes a lot of guns and I guess zombies. But apparently it's decent, and I looked up some gameplay and it looks pretty fun, so I couldn't resist for like, I think it was like 15 bucks. So Yakuza Dead Souls. And those are the PS3 games. One lone GameCube game at one of my local gaming stores. And that's Beautiful Joe 2. I haven't actually played this series yet. I've heard it's great. It looks fantastic. It looks right up my alley. I'm probably not going to play this one though till I play the first one. I still need to find that, but this was really cheap, so anytime I see a GameCube game that I have an interest in, I definitely pick it up. The GameCube games, they're starting to get pricey now if you go on eBay. Now I got 2 Wii games here. This next one, I had to buy it. It was kind of pricey, but this game, honestly, I don't see it ever dropping in price. These first-party Nintendo games just never do. So, and I've wanted this game for a long time, so I just picked it up. And that is Sin and Punishment Star Successor. I haven't played the original on the N64. I know it's on the Virtual Console, but I've heard great things about this. Of course, Treasure, everything they put out is quality. I haven't got around to playing this yet, but definitely looks fun. And the other Wii game is a game I've been looking for a while. I'd seen it years ago, and I don't know, it just disappeared from stores, but I finally found a copy of it for like 10 bucks, so it was really cheap. And that is House of the Dead Overkill. I really like these light gun Wii games, kind of. They're kind of light gun, not really, but I've heard this game is just outrageous with the amount of swearing and gore and over-the-top craziness. So it definitely seems to be a fun game. Unless this has got 4 players. Is that... No, this is 2 players. Whatever. But yeah, House of the Dead Overkill looks awesome. Can't wait to start this. And now, finally, 5 Xbox 360 games. First off, The Walking Dead, the disc release. There's been some people saying that there's frame rate issues and technical issues with the disc copies, the retail copies on this and PS3. And there are some frame rate hiccups. I've had it a few times where it seemed like it was going to lock up completely, but it didn't. I don't think that really didn't hamper my enjoyment of the game, but if you don't care about having a disc release and you want to play this game, and I definitely recommend you play this. This was my personal game of the year for 2012. This game's just phenomenal. The story is just one of the best storylines I've seen in a video game. I'd go for the downloadable version if you don't care about having a disc copy, because, you know, the frame rate problems are on here and not on the downloadable version. And Resident Evil 6, I did a review of this. I liked it a lot more than I thought I would with all the negative reviews out there. I will say, though, it's a lot more enjoyable co-op. If you're playing by yourself, it's not as fun. And it's definitely probably my least favorite Resident Evil game, although I haven't played a lot of the older ones. Still, if you're playing co-op, it's actually pretty fun. But this game's definitely got issues. Final Fantasy 13-2. I picked up Final Fantasy 13 a couple months ago. Saw this for $10, which is crazy. This just came out in 2012, didn't it? I want to try to get all the Final Fantasy games. I've heard this one's better than 13, but still apparently not that great. Although I know a lot of people do love this one. I don't know when I'll get around to this. Probably not for a while. Next game is Syndicate. I've heard good things about this game. I always wanted to pick it up, and it finally reached a price that I was willing to pay. I think it was like 20 bucks. It's a nice, solid first-person shooter. Some of the best visuals I've seen, actually, on a 360 game. The graphics are gorgeous. It's got like a cyberpunk kind of setting. The storyline's not that great. There's a co-op mode that's kind of fun, but I didn't really have anyone to play that with. The storyline's pretty short, but the gunplay's overall pretty solid. If you're looking for a nice first-person shooter to get on the 360, I definitely recommend this one. And the final game is another game I did a review on, and that is Sleeping Dogs. This would have made my Game of the Year list if I had played this in 2012. This game's fantastic. Check out the review if you want to know more about it. But basically a great open world game that has a lot of interesting elements to it, and I hope Grand Theft Auto 4 takes a lot of notes from this game in terms of the kind of things it does, you know, from the hand-to-hand combat to a lot of accessibility features. But those are all my pickups for December and January. February, I'm probably not going to get much, to be honest. I'm trying to cut back on the amount of games I pick up. In February, we've got Fire Emblem Awakening. Honestly, that's about the only game that comes out in February that I have a high interest in. I think, no, Etrian Odyssey 4, I think, is coming out in February. I'm not too sure on that. I might be getting that too, and perhaps Dead Space 3. But if I do a February's pickup video, it's going to be more probably in-depth discussions on the games I picked up. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Hey guys, just a short little bit of added footage. I actually picked up one more game that I didn't show in the actual pickups video. It actually came out early in Canada, and that is Fire Emblem Awakening on the 3DS. I don't know, they broke the street date in Canada. I think actually GameStops in the US are going to be doing it too, which apparently they haven't got their shipments in yet, but they will soon. But if you're in Canada and have this pre-ordered, you probably already have it or received a call. If you don't, you should be able to actually go in and buy it. I haven't opened this up yet, haven't tried it yet. I'm going to be playing it soon. Also happened to get the art book. I thought I'd go through it and show you what to expect from it. Actually, they only had 4 copies of Fire Emblem at my local EB Games and only 3 books. So someone, all 4 of them are pre-orders, and someone actually missed out on the book. I was the first one to grab it. It's not too big of an art book, but it is pretty cool. It is pretty high quality. It reminds me of the Xenoblade art book, actually. I'll just show you that there. It's kind of got character art. Marth there. Yeah, really high quality art book. It's nice to get these kind of things for free for just pre-ordering the game. Can't say I don't know too many of these characters. I know Marth, that's about it. Nice little 2-page artwork here. I think there's 12 pages in total. And some kind of map, I guess. Little dragon logo there. But yeah, that's it. Nothing too crazy, but definitely a nice little art book. But that is Fire Emblem. So one more pickup for the months of December and January.